gentlemen, welcome to RENEBOXYOUNG, a platform where we simply discuss, critique, and analyze and simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed, mature, coherent fashion. Subscribers since day one, recent subscribers, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much for tuning into flash lives, premieres of my videos such as this, chatting away, commenting in the comment sections in real time as well, all that good stuff, man. Hey, if you're new to the platform, if you love the sport of boxing, this is definitely a place for you. Cordial welcome, in subscribing, liking it up, and all that good stuff, man. We just talk about the sport of boxing. It's as simple as that, easy peasy. I want to get right to this and take advantage of time, you know what I'm saying? So everybody who's been supporting, I just appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so much, I want to talk about Jared Big Baby Anderson, man. Those who have been, tuning in when it comes to the sport, I guess we can say hardcore fans or what have you. We've been checking out Big Baby Anderson, definitely, man. He definitely got skills, and I think he's a promising heavyweight, definitely, to go to the top, to make it to the top, to fight championship caliber fights. And when I talk about championship caliber fights, I'm talking about real champ stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about really the regular belt and those secondary belts out there, if I'm not mistaken. As of recent, Daniel Dubois, or as of late, I guess we can say he has a WBA regular title. I really don't care about that. But, Daniel Dubois, respect, man. Daniel Dubois, he's been climbing up the ladder also, as well as a few other heavyweight fighters out there, which I want to expound upon and connect it when it comes to Big Baby Anderson. And, checking out kind of the probability of him, if he's going to be champ anytime soon. And the names he's calling out, you know what I'm saying? So let's get right to it, boxingscene.com, man. Sometimes I have done this more often before when it comes to breaking down articles and things like that. Kind of getting back to that. It's nice to do that, you know what I'm saying? So check it out. Link in the description. Y'all know what it is, man. Boxingscene.com. And we see here the title, the headline. It says, Jared Anderson craves Dillian Whyte showdown. Can y'all feed me this bum? Hey, you got... My guy, Big Baby Anderson talking spicy. Now, first we gotta see this. I gotta say this. I'm sure you saw the fight against Jermaine Franklin, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, I suck with names sometimes, but I think it's Jermaine Franklin. Kind of get confused because you got several Jermaines out there. You got Jermaine Ortiz, if I'm not mistaken, who just fought Lomachenko in the lower divisions, obviously. You got Jermaine Franklin, also a heavyweight fighter who fought Dillian Whyte. Now, first, I got to get my 2 cents on that first, you know what I'm saying? I didn't do a post-fight reaction on that. Didn't really want to because it's Dillian Whyte. I'm not so interested. I'm just in my humble opinion, man. I'm not so hype about Dillian Whyte when it comes to him fighting as of a couple years ago, just for the fact that it really turned me off with this whole, him crying and whining and pouting with Eddie Hearn about the whole, 800 day, I haven't gotten my title shot in 900 days. It's been 1,000 days. They just don't shut up sometimes. Then he finally gets the title shot, and he gets schooled by Tyson Fury. He just gets whooped. There's levels to this, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, long time ago, when he was whining and compounding, it was when Wilder had the WBC title. Wilder would have smashed dude. But anyways, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there are some Dillian Whyte fans out there. Salute to you. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. But same thing, kind of like with Chisora. You can try to hype up dude all you want. That's not really convincing me, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Respect to the Warriors, man, definitely. Yeah, I have enjoyed, definitely, some of Dillian Whyte's fights. I'm not saying I haven't. Even when we go back when he fought Anthony Joshua, you know what I'm saying? That was a cool fight. That was a gritty fight right there, man. Hey, salute. These guys get in there and bang it out, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. And Dillian Whyte has some decent skills to a certain degree, which is why, man, you saw the fight against Franklin. That was a really competitive fight, and thanks to Franklin's skills. Franklin got some skills. Never heard a dude in my life, man, in the heavyweight division. But hey, man, his name's up there now. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Franklin. He lost, but there's a lot of controversy behind that. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people even before the fight happened. People were talking about that it's in the UK. The fight's in the UK, and Franklin has to win very convincingly in order to convince the judges. So, it is what it is, man. I personally thought Franklin edged it out in that fight, but why am I saying all this, man? Because now we see, Anderson is bringing up Dillian Whyte's name. Okay, so let's continue this article, because I got a couple things to say about this, man. Definitely, So let's check it out. Go down here. Once again, link in the description, man. So, despite his stock steadily rising, Jared Big Baby Anderson is very much in the fancy stages of his career. So this is the thing I got to point out here, okay? Let's just scroll down just a tad, okay? And now this phrase right here, steadily rising, has something to do with what I want to say in a moment, okay? So, but in spite, here we go, check this out. In spite of his handlers taking their time with him, you see that works in junction there with the phrase steadily rising. They're taking their time with Big Baby Anderson, and we know that he's in Top Rank, so you know this, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? Anderson appears to be growing impatient. Okay, I got to stop right here, man. I got to stop right here because this connects to a lot of things, man. You know, when it comes to fighters in Top Rank, now it's not all of them. No way it's not all of them. Like, for example, you had Teofimo. You know, at the time that he fought Lomachenko, if I'm not mistaken, he was under Top Rank. They didn't really, it didn't seem like they were going too slow with, you know, Teofimo, because he was pushing for that Lomachenko fight. He got it and won. Big ups to Teofimo for that. And big ups to Top Rank for doing that fight, you know what I'm saying, making that fight. You know, like, and I've said recently that Top Rank has been putting up some nice championship bouts, unification bouts, definitely. You know what I'm saying? You go back to Shakur Stevenson, you know, back when he was at 130. I mean, you know, the list goes on and on. There have been some great ones. But now the thing here is this, man. With some fighters, okay, you specifically see it with prospects. You know, you specifically see it with prospects, you know what I'm saying? With Edgar Berlanga, you know, with Xander Zayas, you know what I'm saying? If I pronounce that name wrong, sorry, you know. But, you know, with Muhammad Ali's grandson, you know what I'm saying? I forgot his first name, but, you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? The kid they're hyping up a lot, you know what I'm saying? But you kind of see it when it comes to prospects. You know, another one that comes to mind is a heavyweight who's going to come back. F.A. Ajagba, he's going to come back soon. I just don't remember which date, but, you know what I'm saying? This is what they do with prospects, man. Top Rank is really, really good, you know, and I got nothing to take away from it, you know, but Top Rank is really good at lifting up the prospects, man. Bringing that hype, bringing that attention, which promotional companies should do. They should do that. But the thing here is this, man. Big Baby Anderson, man. Jared Anderson, okay, he's getting impatient with that. With this impatience that Big Baby Anderson has, man, he wants to go for Dillian Whyte. He wants to go for bigger names, man. He wants to go. Now, on December 10th, sorry about the dogs. You already know the dog life, man. I always put that, you know, those who are new here, I put the dog on the skateboard just to let you know because there's doggy dogs out there. You know, my dog's out there in the yard, man. But, you know, Big Baby Anderson, he's getting to the point where he wants bigger names. He wants tougher competition, okay? December 10th, I really didn't check who his opponent was because I don't think I ever heard of him either, okay? Never heard of the dude, so I don't really know who Jared Anderson's going to fight, with all due respect to Jared Anderson's opponent. But the point here is this. Jared Anderson's getting impatient. He wants tougher competition, okay? So, and it seems like he feels that Top Rank is a little too slow on this, because Top Rank, the way it seems like they're working with Big Baby Anderson is, you know, doing it slow with him, hyping him up more, putting those knockout reels, putting those, you know, knockout clips, and just, you know, bringing that promotional limelight to Anderson, which is great. But for Anderson, he's like, okay, I need more. And that's what I like about Big Baby Anderson. And of course, his skills. He has a personality. I mean, he has the whole package, man. You know, to pull eyeballs, you know, and to fight the top, you know, according to his abilities. You know what I'm saying? And I agree. This is what I'm trying to say here, man. I agree with Big Baby Anderson and him calling out Dillian Whyte. He wants to go for tougher competition. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, let's continue in this article real quick, man. So the article continues to say what it says here in the headline, right? It says, so thoroughly unimpressed by his performance by Dillian Whyte, right? Anderson is hoping that Top Rank, the promotional banner in which he fights under, can set up a meeting between him and Dillian Whyte. Can y'all feed me this bum? Said Anderson on his verified Twitter account. You know, while vocal, it's likely Anderson's wishes won't be placided or won't be granted, right? More than anything, the flamboyant star believes that in his approximately 2 years, he'll be positioned perfectly to fight for the heavyweight title if he continues to take care of business in explosive fashion. Okay, so this is my thing on this too at the same time. In the same breath that I'm explaining all this stuff about, you know, Jared Anderson wanting to step up in competition concerning, you know, fighting a name like Dillian Whyte, I personally think, and I've said this before on you know, several live sessions when it comes to, you know, boxing talk and in the heavyweight division, I would opt and I would prefer for Big Baby Anderson to fight somebody like Joe Joyce. That would be a perfect fight, man. Why? Because people out there are hyping up Joe Joyce as if he's also, you know, that he can beat the top, that, you know, he can beat a Usyk, he can beat a Fury, he can possibly beat a Wilder, even an Anthony Joshua, you know. But I personally think this, man, that Joe Joyce needs to step it up, and he has been needing to step up competition for a long time. But his handlers, I've said this before in my previous live sessions, when it comes to heavyweight talk, I repeat it once again, his handlers aren't letting him, man. For some reason, for something, you know, I personally think that Jared Anderson has the tools, you know, and the talent to beat Joe Joyce. That would be a huge fight. UK fighter, you know, United States American fighter in Big Baby Anderson, and the UK fighter in Joe Joyce, or New Zealand, or wherever he's from, in those areas across the pond, okay? They would get together and fight. That would be huge. That would be nice, especially for Big Baby Anderson, or for both fighters. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. I mean, Big Baby Anderson calling out Dillian Whyte, it's good, though. It's good. That's a step up. It's a step up. Of course it's a step up. It's a step up, man. If Big Baby Anderson were to get that Whyte fight, which I think is not going to happen, it is a big step up for, you know, Anderson, because Whyte's a vet. You already know. He's a heavyweight vet, man. You know what I'm saying? But I think it would be better to see him fight Joe Joyce, because Joe Joyce is yet to be tested. That's my thing on this, man. Joe Joyce is yet to be tested, and he would be a perfect opponent. Joe Joyce would be a perfect opponent for Big Baby Anderson, man. You know what I'm saying? Contender, you know, Big Baby Anderson rising up in the rankings. I think he's in the lower tier, or the top 10, top 15-ish around there, in the heavyweight division. You know, definitely, man. You know, Big Baby Anderson, he definitely has the potential for a title shot soon. I wouldn't say so soon, though. And Joe Joyce would be perfect for that. Joe Joyce would be the perfect opponent for Anderson, you know, to see if he's really there to step up to a title shot after that. That's my thing on it. Because, you know, Dillian Whyte, man, I don't really know what he's going to do next. I honestly don't care, okay? But I don't think he's going to go for Anderson. But then again, it makes you think, because he fought Jermaine Franklin. Jermaine Franklin also is around the rankings of Big Baby Anderson. So around that level. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised, man, if Dillian Whyte turns around, you know, and fights Big Baby Anderson. But I don't know. I don't know how aggressive Big Baby Anderson is going to call out Dillian Whyte. But I would prefer, me as a boxing fan, this is what I'm trying to say here. Me as a boxing fan, I would prefer to see Big Baby Anderson fight Joe Joyce. Because I personally think, man, that's a nice level. Because Joe Joyce, I got to reiterate this. Joe Joyce, he has had to step it up for a long time. But his handlers aren't letting him. Now, I hope they don't do that with Big Baby Anderson in Top Rank. I hope they don't keep him from, you know, bigger names, tougher competition. I hope they don't just keep spoon-feeding him, you know what I'm saying, these level of opponents that he has had. Now, I'm not blaming Top Rank for that to this point necessarily, because, you know, Big Baby Anderson, he's rising up, you know what I'm saying? But Joe Joyce would be the perfect tester. Even a Daniel Dubois, you know, after the Daniel Dubois fight, whoever he's fighting also, you know, I don't know all these heavyweight division, you know, names, you know what I'm saying? But and Daniel Dubois has to step it up too. But anyways, but yeah, I know the story. He he got beat up, you know, by a jab from Joe Joyce, which is why I personally prefer Joe Joyce and Big Baby Anderson. That would be a great fight. That would be a great fight for Big Baby Anderson if he gets through December 10th against that Forrest fighter. Okay? I suck at names, I'm telling you. But what do you think? I want to hear from you on this, man. I want to hear from you. Who do you think would be a better opponent for Big Baby Anderson after the Forrest fight, December 10th? Because I personally think, man, that Anderson's going to beat Forrest. And I think Big Baby Anderson is going to get the job done very nicely. You know what I'm saying? And it's yet to be proven. That's the thing here, man. It's yet to be proven in Big Baby Anderson if he really has it to go for a title shot. I personally think he does, but we got to see him put to the test. And Joe Joyce would be great. Joe Joyce would be a great opponent. Now, I personally think he beats Joe Joyce. Why? Because of, you know, the reasons and characteristics that I have been saying when it comes to heavyweight talk on the channel in several live sessions before. You know, Joe Joyce, I don't think he has the reflexes. I don't think he has the speed. He's very slow. He winds up very obviously. He's very, you know, I just don't think he has it. Yes, he has a chin. Yes, they call him the Juggernaut. Yeah, I know all that. But I don't think he beats Big Baby Anderson. You know, but the sad thing about this is that Joe Joyce is not put to the test. And it, you know, how old is Joe Joyce too? I've been saying this in live sessions too. He's getting up there in age, man. He's not in his prime, I personally think. I personally think Joe Joyce is not in his prime. It's kind of sad how they're leading Joe Joyce, man. You know what I'm saying? It's very sad, but, you know, it is what it is. But who do you think, man? Just kind of want to make this video short, but who do you think, you know, Big Baby Anderson should fight next? He's calling out Dillian Whyte. And we're seeing he's impatient now, man. It seems like Top Rank is kind of like, okay, here are the easy opponents. Here are the easy opponents. That article, according to that article, you know what I'm saying, that we just read in Boxing Scene, they said that's a step up for, you know, Big Baby Anderson. It's a step up, yeah. But I personally think Big Baby Anderson has the skills to step it up even more, you know. So we'll see what Top Rank chooses for Big Baby Anderson after this fight. And in the post-fight, I'm really interested in seeing the interviews. I'm really interested in seeing the post-fight press conferences. You know, right when he beats, if he beats Forrest, You know, what he says after that. Because you know the questions, they always say the same thing. Who do you want to fight next? How did you feel? Yada, yada, yada. Who do you want to fight next? I want to hear what Big Baby Anderson has to say. He's probably going to call out Dillian Whyte, but I would prefer to him call out Joe Joyce. Because who's Joe Joyce's next opponent? I have no idea. Who's he going to fight? When? I don't know. You know, but the way they're handling Joe Joyce, I'm really not satisfied, man. I'm not. Or at least put Joe Joyce in there with Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see what happens in the heavyweight division. But as far as Big Baby Anderson, Joe Joyce would be wonderful. What do you think? Who do you think that, you know, Big Baby Anderson should fight next? Go ahead and comment in the comment section. You already know, man. RENEBOXYOUNG, a platform we simply discuss, critique, analyze, simply talk about sport of boxing in a level-headed, coherent fashion. Thank you guys so much for your support. Man, I'll be chatting with you in the comment section also. Peace.